What's up, Kyle, man? It's Jenard calling from Jacksonville, man.
Hey, what's up, man? I appreciate you calling in. Say your name one more time.
It's Jenard, Jenard, like Nard.
Yep.
Like Jenard.
Cool, man. I appreciate you spelling that out, man. Welcome to the show, man.
Well, you already know I'm glad to be here, Kyle, man. I'm a big fan of you, man. You know, man, bro, I just wanted to touch in on some of the things y'all was talking about. And I want to take you back to the 2015 Alabama team with Jake Coker at quarterback. He was a fifth-year senior or senior coming from Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had doubts. And that team was a one-loss team. Like I tell everybody, Alabama is going to be counted out on anybody's roster because, like you said, nobody wants to see Alabama in the playoffs, yet alone in the championship, because we were forced to reckon with. I'm not biased. You know, I'm very grateful for Kirby Smart being up under Nick Saban, and Georgia is a good team. But honestly, bro, and I'm being honest, nobody is better than us in the country. And I'm not saying this because I'm an Alabama fan. I'm saying this because I watch day in and day out what you guys watch. Miro is he's a good quarterback. Yes, he is. But the thing with Miro, what people got to understand, he only can do what he's told. You got to open up the playbook for Jalen Miro. We see Jalen Miro struggles throwing the ball across the field. We see that. So if I know my quarterback struggle throwing the ball across the field, I'm going to open up more run plays. I'm going to open up more RPO. I'm going to open up more wheel routes. I'm going to open up everything else because you got all this talent like Isaiah Bond, and you got people like, you know, the freshmen that really can catch the ball. You got Nye Black and all them. They want the ball, but it's kind of hard. So if our line steps up, and I like the last caller said, if Kool-Aid can get his head around, and we can put 4 quarters of football together, nobody's better than us in the country. And I'm not saying that because I'm an Alabama fan. I'm saying that because I watch day in and day out. This team is coachable. The 2015 team was coachable. If you got a coachable team with talent, you got a championship team because they're going to listen. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, to get to your top 4, and I'm being honest, like, we're going to rise in the ranks. As long as we handle business against LSU, Georgia still got to play that hell of a schedule, like you said. Ohio State, Michigan still got to play each other. All that's still going to unfold. The Pac-12, the Big Ten, the only thing out of the Big Ten that showed me consistency was Texas. You know, you got to give credit to Steve Sarkisian. Yeah, Oklahoma beat them in a thriller, a rivalry, but you got to give him credit. The man winning with a second-string quarterback, and he's determined. Like, when he beat us, he didn't beat us because we lacked. They was better than us. He beat us because he knew, hey, look, I know this Alabama team. They're aggressive. You got to be more aggressive than them. We got to open up the playbook on them. If you open up the playbook on them and you keep them on their toes, we're going to beat them. You got to play 4 quarters with them. You can't slip up against us. Just like, I don't know what year that was. We had Auburn, 28-0 one year in the championship, and they came back and won. It was something like that. But they knew they had to stay relentless. So basically, you know, I'm going to get to what you got to say. Bro, nobody's better than us in the country, and I'm not biased, bro. If somebody was better, I'll tell you, Kyle, look, this is what it is. They're better. But nobody's better. You know, Georgia put up their best performance against Florida. That was their first sack of the year. They got 4 in that game. The last 2-3 years, Georgia was known for their sack defense, known for their secondary, known for not letting nobody run on them. And when we played them in the SEC championship with Bryce Young, we hung 41 points on that number 1 defense. Yeah, we had Bryce Young. Yeah, we had James Williamson. We had Williamson. But the thing was, we still made options for Bryce Young. If we make options for Jalen Miro, we're gonna go far. We just have to open up the playbook. Tommy Rees, I'm not saying nothing bad about him, but he has to open up the playbook, and that's just simple as that. Our defense, they got it. Kevin Steele, yeah, he might struggle in a quarter, like the dude said. But 4 quarters of football, Kevin Steele's going to get adjusted, and they're going to play, and they showed us that. So, I feel like we're going to win the championship if we can get consistent with opening the playbook. We can't open the playbook in the first quarter, in the second quarter, run, throw. No, it don't go like that. You got to stay consistent with the ball.
I wanted to
and
show
that's pretty much that, bro.
I wanted to show everybody, since you brought it up. Let's just look at just to look at that. I think you bring up some really good points, by the way. But I wanted to show. Let me bring this full screen just so we can look at it. This is let's see if we can find it. This is the 2015 team. Just to look at it. Here's the offense. See if you guys can see that. Okay. All right, here's the 2015 Alabama offense led by Jake Coker. So wide receivers on the outside, you had Calvin Ridley, Robert Foster. On the right, you had Adarius Stewart, Cam Sims, and then your tight end was O.J. Howard, anchored by at the center position, Ryan Kelly, Ross Pierce-Baker, Cam Robinson. Yep. Running backs. Look at that running back room.
Yeah.
Derek.
Yeah, monster.
Derek Henry, Kendrick Drake, and Damian Harrison. Jesus, crazy. Adam Griffith was the place kicker, and then J.K. Scott, who was unbelievable, was your punter, and then you had Cyrus Jones as your punt return. Yeah, that's
Cyrus Jones. Yeah,
man, that's crazy. And then on defense, look at these these names on defense. Deron Payne, Ashawn Robinson, Reed, Cyrus Jones at corner, Marlon Humphrey, Minka Fitzpatrick, Tony Brown, safeties, Hootie Jones. You had let's see, Reuben Foster, Reggie Ragland. Man, that's crazy. It's so crazy how good some of those teams like. And I get it; those teams had to transform as well. Let me see. Can you guys?
Yeah, because before, and I don't mean to cut you off. Before Calvin Ridley became a dominant player when he was a freshman. When Florida had that dynamic cornerback, I forgot his name, but whoever that Florida cornerback was, nobody had threw on him. Nobody was scared. They were scared to throw deep on him. And as soon as we played him in the SEC championship, we threw a 60-yard bomb on him, and Calvin Ridley caught it on two people. You know, so it was like, you got to be relentless, bro. And if that offense can get relentless, which I see it coming, bro, we're going to win the national championship. And that's, long as God wake us up. That's not me being biased at all. Like I said, I hands down to Kirby Smart. But like everybody's saying, you got to play somebody. When you going against Alabama, everybody wants to beat Alabama. Everybody wants to get on the Alabama schedule. So, of course, we're going to have a dogfight every game. But when the people see Alabama have a dogfight to come behind and win a trail, that's because they used to Alabama hanging people to zero and not letting nobody score on them and shutting people out. Well, times has changed. Everybody wants to beat Alabama now. So everybody's going to play Alabama hard. And I'm not going to, dwell on that topic for a long time, but just to, say this, Kyle, man, as long as we handle business at LSU, like I know we will, then it's a clear path for us because Georgia got some of those tests that we had to do already, and they have to be relentless. If they win, by God, I want to see Georgia. Nobody else will want to see Georgia. I want to see Georgia in the SEC championship because that is a statement game.
Yes.
It's a statement game, letting everybody know that we're still the number one team in the country. It don't matter if you put a number one by our name. Football is centered around Alabama, not Georgia, not Texas, not Notre Dame. It's centered around Alabama, and that's just the simple fact of anything.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, and that's why, things will work out how they're supposed to be for Alabama right now because it completely lines up for Alabama to control their own destiny. We know that they just have to continue to win. I know we have some Georgia Bulldogs inside the comment box. We appreciate you guys spending your Sunday with us. And look, they are at the top of the mountain right now, and rightfully so. I mean, you look at the job that Kirby Smart has done over the last, 4 years? Like, he has finally gotten that program to where we knew that they could get, in my opinion, because they changed their offensive schematics. They went from a 3-yard cloud of dust to being able to spread the football out with dynamic wide receivers and a dynamic tight end, and also still maintaining that high level of running back play, and their defense has always been the same. So as soon as they transform to that, that's where they are. And I mean, we want Brock Bowers back. We want him back for that game because we want to be able to go against Georgia at their best. And I think that's also going to add to Alabama's resume if Alabama was to get to the championship and was able to beat Georgia. I mean, it's really been impressive to see what they've been able to do. And, Kirby Smart is certainly rolling. Yeah. They got the defense. And you look at the players that have come over from Georgia, they're certainly playing here at Alabama, where I don't know if they were ever going to get on the field at Georgia. Jermaine Burton, he's certainly turned into wide receiver number 1 here at Alabama and playing like the guy that he wasn't at Georgia and he wasn't last year for Alabama. And you look at Tresman Marshall and how he's come over to Alabama, and he's been really good at the inside linebacker position. And I know Jahad Campbell is maybe, I don't know if he's starting to, overtake that position or whatever's happening, but you have a lot more depth, at that inside linebacker position. So, look, Georgia's done their thing, and everybody knows that, that is the team that has the target on their back. They are at the top of the college football mountain right now. And also Coach Saban said this. He's like, look, there is a team east of us that has taken what used to be ours, and that is Georgia, who has taken the college football championship the last couple of years. Man, I got to run to my next caller, Jenard, but I appreciate you calling in and talking football with me. Please call again next time, man.
All right, thank you, Kyle, man.
Yep, see you, Jenard. Appreciate the support. All right, we got a 251, a 516, and an 850 coming up next right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I was pointing out that that 2015 season, just to close out Jenard's point, and because that was a year that Alabama had an early season loss, and that was to Ole Miss. I believe that was to Hugh Freeze, right? Who ironically Alabama plays at the end of the season because he's coaching at Auburn. But you see Alabama opened up that game with 35-17 victory over Wisconsin, then played middle, lost to Ole Miss, and then was able to rebound and kind of control the rest of their season, beating a number 8 then Georgia 38-10, beating Texas A&M 41-23, and as you can see, they continue to roll. Beat Florida in the SEC championship 29-15, and then beat Michigan State 38-0 before beating Clemson 45-40.